And we back, homies and honeys, with another Final Fantasy 16 video. LP, let's play. This will be what? This is episode 23, I think? This is episode 23, yes it is. Alright, we're gonna get back to, normal gameplay. So on the last one, we took on 2 arcade mode challenges. We were going to do another one, but after I seen that it was a whole thing, I was like, oh, that's going to be long. That one's probably going to take its own video in itself. Let's see, do we got any lore? No lore. Do we got any dialogue with my homie over here, Tomes?
How might this old soul be of service? I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
Level up.
Ooh. I have quite the find for you today.
Continental Accord. Continental Accord, an eternal pact made at the dawn of the present era, in which such matters as the treatment of bearers and the establishment of a realm-wide currency were laid out. It formed the basis of much of Valestian society as it stands today, including the branding of bearers and their status as non-persons. It also put in place a universal calendar marking a symbolic fresh start for mankind, albeit one which puts magic users at a crippling disadvantage. And then we got the Founder. The Founder. Fear and uncertainty resigned in those early years following the sins of Decimex, not wanting to further incur the wrath of the heavens. The few who survived the fall took to wandering the land, spunning magic, and staying to the shadows so they lived for decades. One man, however, grew tired of this life, if it could be called that, and after bidding his companions farewell, climbed a grassy knoll overlooking a forest of beech and alder. Here he gathered a pile of rubble and used it to build a humble shelter in which he spent the night. The next morning, however, instead of abandoning his work, as was his people's wont, he gathered more rocks, adding to the structure until the shelter had become a shack. This he continued for days, weeks, until the shack had become a home. At first, those few wanderers who passed the knoll would shun him, cursing the man under their breaths for his hubris. But as his estate grew and one building became 2 and 2, 3, the people began to slow their steps, and it was not long before some took to joining him on that knoll, gathering stones, building new lives, new destinies. This they did without magic or machines, without boon or blessing. They relied on naught but their hands, their backs, their wills, and each other. And slowly, house gave way to a village, village to a town, and town to a nation. The man would one day die, as all men do, but those who remained continued his legacy, expanding upon it, and through his name was eventually forgotten. His spirit lives on to this day in the heart of Rosarians. Legend of the Founder, Moss the Chronicler.
You wish to study the tomes?
Yes. That was actually, I think, one of the longest lore dumps that I've ever read so far in this game. Alright, Sid. leader of the hideaway and dominant of Ramu, Warden of Thunder. In his quest to create a world where bearers and dominants can die on their own terms, he unearthed a shocking truth that the Mother Crystal were the cause of the all-consuming blight. He makes plans to see the Mother Crystals fall, that Valistia and her people might be saved. Right? The Holy Empire of Sambrique, a nation occupying the northeastern reaches of the continent of Storm, with the great city of Oriflamme as its capital. Sambrique is the realm's largest theocracy and home to the Mother Crystal Drake's Head. The empire is ruled by the Holy Emperor, the one true goddess made flesh according to the Gregorian faith, who is served unquestioningly by the sworn knights of the Blessed Dragon, known more commonly as the Dragoons. Drake's Head, a mother crystal seated on the Sea of Grace in northern Sambrique. Drake's Head towers over the holy capital of Oriflamme. Its mighty form a testament to the power and permanence of the empire. However, mysterious aether floods and the specter of the ever-encroaching blight have led some in power to call that permanence into question. So this is the dude that Clive and Josh's mom, Annabella, married. I think. I don't know if it was a son. I'm assuming it's him, right? I'm assuming she married to him. No. Emperor of the Holy Empire of Sambrique, who won his throne at least partly by virtue of his son, Dion, having awakened as the dominant Bahamut High Cardinal. First and foremost of the 5 cardinals who make up the Council of Elders, second only to the Holy Emperor in the imperial government, it is his role to lead the council in governing Sambrique, and the Emperor's steed in providing the latter does not overrule his decisions. His authority is absolute. All right, persons of interest. We got Clive. Clive is back. He got his new outfit and stuff. Okay. An imperial bearer turned deserter. He returns to the ruins of Phoenix Gate, where his father and brother died 13 years before, and learns that he is indeed the dominant Ifrit, the one who took his brother's life. Anxious to atone for his crimes and filled with righteous anger after witnessing the massacre at Eastpool, he pledges himself to Sid's cause to free all of Valistia from the bonds, not only those between bearer and master, but those between man and Mother Crystal. Dion Lesage. Okay. Alright. Dion Lesage, first born son and loyal subject to Emperor Sylvester, ruler of the Holy Empire of Sambrique, as well as leader of the Empire's most elite fighting force, the Dragoons. Dion is also a dominant of Bahamut, Warden of Light, and has oft been called upon to summon his icon in defense of his countrymen. Most recently in the year of the realm 873, when Odin took the field against them in the battle at Belinus Tor. Like we're all done with people here. Lay of the land. White Worm Castle. Oh wait, Oriflamme. Oriflamme, the capital of the Holy Empire of Sambrique, located in the northeastern Storm on a peninsula that dominates Oilface Bay, and home to the Mother Crystal known as Drake Head. All the Empire's major institutions are located here, including White Worm. Castle, seat of the Holy Emperor and meeting place of the cardinals. White Worm Castle, towering citadel from which the Holy Emperor of Sanbreque rules over the entirety of his demons, with the Mother Crystal rising above it and the imperial capital of Oriflamme spread out below. This ivory edifice is truly a wonder to behold. Okay. The Council of Elders, advisors to the Holy Emperor of Sanbreque and the highest body of government in the empire. The council consists of 5 cardinals of the Gregorian Church, who are intended to rule in the emperor's stead. The emperor, meanwhile, is expected to serve as a constitutional monarch, but there is little to prevent one who wishes to impose their will upon the council from playing more autocratic role. The 5 cardinals, the senior statesmen that make up the highest office of government in Sanbreque after emperor himself. The Council of Elders. The council is comprised of high cardinal representatives of the central Sanbreque and the holy capital Oriflamme, and the 4 cardinals who administer the outer provinces, the northern, southern, east, and western seas. Cool. The Bread Basket, a region overlooking the Strait of Arthur in the eastern part of Sanbreque, the bounty provided by which its rich soil fed the empire for generations until the ever-encroaching blight intervened, displacing thousands in the process, a disturbance which played no small part in the trouble that were later to engulf the imperial capital. Crystalline Dominion. The Crystalline Dominion, a tiny independent state straddling the continents of Storm and Ash. Its capital, Twinside, is built on the tiny isle of Ark, from which the Mother Crystal Drake Tail rises. The lack of dominant has seen the Dominion become the subject of constant maneuvering over the years, both political and military. And it was only through the recent conveying of a council of all nations that non-aggression treaty towards the neutral body was forged and the tenuous stability amongst century-old rivals achieved. The lack of a dominant has seen the Dominion become subject to constant maneuvering. Like, is it like they're missing a dominant, or they never had a dominant, or the dominant is not, there is a dominant, but they don't have it? They say lack of. It's not like it doesn't exist. The way it's worded makes it seem like it does exist. They just don't know where it's at. Weird. Strait of Arthur. A narrow channel of the north to the north of the Crystalline Dominion that separates the continents of Storm and Ash, with Sanbreque to the west, Wallow to the east, and the Dominion to the south. Its shores are never short of soldiers or political tensions. Gregorian Church. So Gregorian seems to be some kind of god, goddess that they worship, right? Because, you know, this the first time we seen anything related to Gregorian was when we were in that church and we fought Benedictus. When Sid and Benedicta went primed up and fought it out, and we had to fight Soprana and Sharada. Of course, Garuda smacked Sid into the big ass statue of this chick right here. So I'm assuming this is Gregor, the goddess of this world, or the goddess of the religion of this world. The Gregorian Church, the state religion of the Holy Empire of Sambrique, whose followers worship the goddess Gregor as the one true deity. At the church's head stands the Holy Emperor, voted into office by his fellow cardinals, and supposedly their equal, though this is a widely recognized to be convenient fiction. The followers of the Gregor worship dragons as sacred servants of their goddess, and since the founding days of the empire have both doted and depended upon them. Okay, so they're saying that this is made up, basically. Because when we read this, right, you know what I'm saying? It says, at the church's head stands the Holy Emperor, voted into office by his fellow cardinals, and supposedly their equal, though this is widely recognized to be covenant fiction. So they don't believe that, but so people do believe in the goddess, but not the way he came into power. All right, and that looks like it for us.
You are always welcome, Clive.
I know we took like 16 minutes for lore.
We had so many uses.
Bro.
Do you need any help, Miss Molly?
Every time I walk past that dude, he's talking about shit. Alright?
Clive, was it?
Yes, boo.
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Sid dragging you off to this time?
Oriflamme.
The Holy Capital. And what business would you lot having? On second thoughts, I don't want to know.
I tell you. Now, from my knowledge, it seems that like weapons and armor and stuff, you cannot sell purple stuff, nor can you make purple stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell this iron belt. Oh, I bought something. I didn't want to buy that. Oops. Oh, I can sell this. Okay.
I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else? I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else? I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else? I reckon I can find a buyer.
Alright. Oh.
Speaking of Oriflamme,
I'm so
I hear
stupid.
the trading routes leading south have seen more than double the usual traffic.
I
If
just
you ask
sold
me,
all my
some of
consumable
Fowl's
items.
brewing, and Tintyre's borbile tea. Oh, just go and see Otto, will ya?
All right.
Yes? What? Go on then. You'll not find a better price than that.
My dumb ass not paying no attention and sold them all.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here.
Mine's hard. This is what gives you a limit break right here. These things are so expensive, bro. Reduces heat wave cooldown by 2.7 seconds. That'd be nice, but I mean...
Is that all?
Clive, was it?
Make it quick. What's that for you, dear?
It doesn't look like I can upgrade any purple stuff. It looks like purple is like the best you can get, but you can't upgrade it and make it +1, +2 in the grand scheme of things. I already made that.
And?
Go see Otto.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier. Didn't sound happy.
Do you need any help, Miss Molly?
I don't know. You could rinse and chop these greens for
I'll
stew, I
fetch you a bowl
suppose.
of brown.
Brown.
So you're really going through with it? Sid's been talking about bringing down a mother crystal since I've known him. But that's all it's ever been. Talk.
He's convinced it's the right thing to do. We'll be leaving for the capital shortly.
Well, you couldn't have picked a better moment. Seems the hiding the royalists gave him wasn't enough to dampen old Sylvester's spirits. His legions are on the march again. This time, due south.
Another war.
All as the great Grieger wills it. Bloodthirsty little miss, that one. That's God's for you, innit? Still, might work to our advantage on this occasion. Wars breed chaos. On the front lines, and at home. With a fair wind behind them, a handful of like-minded ne'er-do-wells could melt into the back alleys of Oriflamme. No trouble. It's making it to the capital that's the problem.
The checkpoint.
That's right. Anyone travelling in or out of Oriflamme has to go through Northreach. Lucky for you, I might just know of a way.
This.
Well, no, not that. That gets you an audience with the Dame. And it's the Dame who'll see you safely through Northreach. I'll send the Stolas in the morning, let her know you're coming. We go way back, and she's a true friend of the cause. I'm sure you'll get on like a house on fire.
That's good of you, but who is this dame, and where will I find her?
She's the proud proprietress of Northreach's foremost house of ill repute, the Vale. And she's quite a woman, if you know what I mean.
A woman. Right.
Don't go blinding her with your charm now, lad. I'll be expecting a full report when you get back.
Alliant reports. Alliant reports are now available for viewing and speaking to Gott at the Alliant report counter in the Hideaway Mess. These reports are compiled by the Cursebreakers. Contain information on quests currently available across Valistia. Quests? Wait a minute, sir.
That's everything. Now to find Gav.
The Dame goes by many titles, including some that would make you blush. But only a trusted few know her real name. Don't worry about finding her. As long as you've got that satchel, she'll find you.
Sounds like we got a waifu coming up somewhere.
Oh, you're the new lad, aren't you? Goat at your service. Well, at the Hideaway service anyway. Otto's put me in charge of reading through the reports sent in by our allies and picking out any problems that might warrant the attention of the Cursebreakers. Or any other willing volunteers. And there's no shortage of problems, I can tell you. Well, maybe I don't have to. I'll warrant a strapping lad like you's got people begging him for help wherever you go. Anyway, if you're ever interested in taking a look over the list, just say the word. Reckon you could probably tick off the odd thing here and there. They say little acts of kindness are their own reward. But if that ain't enough, these have got proper bounties on them and all. Me?
I do what Otto tells me. Suppose you could say I'm his right-hand man. He's a hard master, but not really as hard as my old one was. When that man beat me bloody and threw me out onto the streets to die, it was Otto who found me and took me in.
The way I see it.
I owe him, and so I help him look after the ledgers, as well as reading through all the reports coming in from our allies across the Twins. And if it sounds like someone out there needs our help, I make a note so I can point any willing volunteers in the right direction.
So, what'd you say?
Are you willing? There's no surer way of tuning Otto's frown a little less frowny. Alright.
Anything catch your eye?
Use Gaunt's Allen reports to not only find new quests around Valistia, but also to travel immediately to the obelisk waypoint nearest the location. Okay, so what is this? Is this it? So we got 2 quests in Sandbreak, and so that's why they call it the Twins, because it's split up to the, you know, split up between the 2. So we can go, so it's telling me where there's quests at. Sure, let's do this first. So we got quests. I like it.
The tavern. It's done for. I've seen your face before. You're a friend of Martha's. Help us, I beg you.
Help you with what?
Bandits in the Golden Stables. They're waving their swords around. I think they're gonna kill someone. When I saw what was happening, I slipped out the back. I should have stayed, but... Oh, please help them.
All right. I'll see to your problem.
Thank you.
How many were there?
I was out of the door too fast to count. They looked a nasty bunch, though. Be careful in there, all right?
Make sure you're aiming that at the fish there, son. Keep them nice and fresh.
Ha! Golden Stables, my ass. All Martha's hiding back here is coppers. Huh? Oh, that's a fine sword, friend. Heavy, though, I expect. What say we relieve you of it? Get him, lads. I want that blade.
Let's get this over with.
Well, that was easy. All I got was 8 XP. It's trash.
I'll be keeping my blade, thank you.
There he is, the hero of the Golden Stables.
People will think twice about pushing us around again, thanks to you. We're lucky you were nearby. No good cowards wouldn't have dared set foot in the place if I'd been here, of course.
But you weren't. I thought you told me you had someone watching the place.
The Blood Axes keep an eye on the tavern, yeah. When they're not busy keeping the peace, that is. I've spread them as thin as they'll go. The Empire might be in charge, but that don't mean they care to keep us safe. If it weren't for the Blood Axes and me, merchants won't come near these lands for fear of what might happen to them.
I see. Then you do Rosaria a great service.
Just as you did today. You're a useful man to have around. Here.
And there'll be a mug of something tasty waiting for you whenever you next stop by.
Right, we've got work to do for to make this place presentable. You best be going before I arm you with a mop.
Easy clap quest, bruh.
There he is, the man of the hour. You're the one who saw off the bandits, aren't you? Martha was singing your praises. Takes a brave man to march into danger out of the goodness of his heart. You have my respect.
A Rosarian salute.
Oh, what is it they say? Old habits die hard. I trust you won't be reporting me to the Viceroy. If we'd had a few more like you about, perhaps the Rosfields might still... Listen to me rambling on. Thank you again, and, take care of yourself.
Ah, you're Sid's man, if I'm not mistaken. Couldn't trouble you for some assistance, could I?
That depends. What do you need?
Some new bearers from Oriflamme just arrived, and it cost Master Quinton a pretty penny to convince their owner to part with them. Man must have been a bloody tyrant. Can't get a peep out of them, try as I might.
They're probably terrified of you.
You're probably right. Dare say it'd take a bearer like yourself to open them up. So, will you have a word with them? Help them settle in?
I can try.
That'll do me. Tell them they're safe, and that if they need anything, they just have to ask.
I'll let them know.
Appreciate it. They're sitting over there, taking a long overdue breather, looks like.
So you're the new arrivals. Is there anything I can get you? You're safe here. They don't punish people like us for speaking our minds.
Truly. I'm hungry. My sister too, we're starving.
Wait here. I'll fetch you something from the tavern.
Thank you.
I won't be long. You stay here and rest.
But how did the grocer know his daughter?
More side quest, baby.
I suppose I have a moment. If that is all.
Can I have another cup, Daddy?
There'll be none left for me.
I'll have 2 plates of whatever you're serving.
Sorry. We've enough mouths of our own to feed without tending to the wants of outsiders.
It's not for me. It's for some new arrivals.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't see the mark. So you're a comrade? Well, in that case, you may have whatever you require. Take all the bread and wine you want.
That's really all it takes. One look at the innkeeper's mark.
Of course it is. I do as Master Quinton commands, as do we all. And Master Quinton commands that none of his favoured guests be left wanting. Well, don't keep our new comrades waiting. Take what you need and see that they eat their fill.
Bread and wine. Hopefully this will be enough.
Don't tell me. Turnips for supper.
Brother, did you see? That bearer spoke to a master.
What manner of place is this?
Here. Bread and wine from the tavern.
May we? Truly? Such plenty. Never in all my days.
Brother, this place is like a dream. We sat and no one shouted. We ate and more was offered.
I know. I can't believe it.
You're free now. And the next time you're hungry, you need only ask to be fed.
Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Nice. Nice.
What happens to us now, brother?
Nothing bad, I promise. Not ever again.
Master Quinton will never forgive me if I don't save that crop. I want no trouble. Wait, that's... Oh, glory to Grieger. You were the hanged man. I took you for a rogue. If you're a friend of Master Quinton's, then perhaps you'll help me. His vineyard, Lostwing's pride and joy, has been beset by a plague of giant wasps.
And you need someone to solve your pest problem.
I do indeed. I've never seen them so far from the forest, nor so mean for that matter. I suppose the smell's got them worked up. And little wonder. This'll be the finest crop we've ever known if the fiends don't eat it first. I tried chasing them off myself, but they won't flee from the likes of me. And if I don't bring those grapes in for pressing soon, Master Quinton will have my guts for garters. You look like you can handle that blade of yours. Will you put it to use for a comrade in need? Please, rid us of these wasps so I can be about my business.
All right. I'll see to it.
Oh, thank you. You'll find them over at Gotan's Bales on the edge of town. And hurry, Lostwing needs those grapes.
Ooh, we off to kill some hornets. Let's go.
But how did the grocer know his daughter?
Don't tell me. Turnips for supper.
That must be the vineyard. A few wasps shouldn't give me too much trouble.
Why is that ability so strong, bro?
Looks like that was the last of them. I better let Quentin's man know.
Just like, hey, use that skill, kill everything on the screen.
It's looking to be a fine haul. Don't tell me. Turnips for supper.
Turnips for supper. Again? She like, turn up, turn down for what?
Those wasps won't be interfering with your harvest anymore.
Oh, thank you. Master Quentin would have had my head if I'd lost the crop. I'd say you've earned a reward. Our Gotan Rouge fetches a handsome price among the rich and powerful of the realm. We use that money to keep our comrades fed and imperial wolves from our door. The vineyards were Master Quentin's idea. He wanted to give bearers a place to work, a place where they'd be safe.
Well, he certainly seems to have done that here. I'm glad I could help.
I'll see that he hears of your kindness. And once this vintage is ripe for drinking, there'll be a glass or two raised in your honor.
Rewards aren't too great, but it's alright. A quest is a quest. Alright, so open world map. Go back to the hideaway.
Right. Quick look.
Okay, no side quests. Cool. So now, like, I guess that's just to give you access to side quests that you might miss.
Otto barking at his lot earlier. Didn't sound happy.
What do you suppose it would be?
Well, 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 someone's in a hurry.
Just following orders.
Funny, I never took you for the type.
Can't all be as obedient as you, Gav.
Eh?
Fine day for a little mischief, wouldn't you say?
Is this all of us?
Actually, Gav won't be coming.
Just the three of us, then?
Drake said it's the keystone of the Empire. Oriflamme's in chaos, yes, but that doesn't mean we can march an army through her gates. The fewer our numbers, the better our chances of going unnoticed. And should that plan fail, well, we have our icons to fall back on.
Sid, I don't know if I can. Ifrit still seems to come and go as he pleases.
Ordinarily, priming an icon comes naturally to a dominance. But then, you are no ordinary dominance.
Well, he's still got the blessing of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
Not to mention what he sucked out of Garuda. And did I ever tell you about how he was once the greatest shield in Rosaria? You know, I reckon he could probably cause a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
Let's try not to find out.
We're less likely to be spotted if we travel separately. I'll meet you in Northreach in a few days. You two behave now.
Let's not forget that Hugo is on the hunt looking for Sid, alright? Alright, now that we cleared that up, let's go back to the hideaway real quick and check the NPC just to double check, make sure there ain't no new quest that unlocked or anything like that before I push the story further. Doesn't look like it though.
Fancy giving us a hand? Here you go. Seen enough?
Back to Lost Wing.
So, we're meeting in Northreach. And will I find Sid and Jill before this dame finds me?
Dang.
In case you were wondering, the boys finally cleared the road to Northreach.
Oh.
But there's no need to hurry, is there? I can think of a few reasons you might want to linger another night or two.
But how did the grocer know his daughter?
Sun's setting fast. They'll all be back from the vineyard.
Stay as long as you like. Any friend of Sid's is a friend of ours. Is it safe to ride to Northreach now?
I wouldn't say safe, but at least now it's possible.
Clairview. What I see? Spooters?
Don't let them get away.
Dang, that gets a good 10 show, boy. Dragon Talon. Chocobos. Looks like we got a big old zone here. Holy crap. Purple dragons. Raptor. Okay, that's a new experience, right? Oh, wrong button. Dang, I feel like I'm seeing a level up in a minute. Booty. we at? I see. More raptors. This shit just kills everything. All right. We do got some more of the zone to explore, but we're at that hour mark, so I'm gonna go ahead and make the cut right here, homies and honeys. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. You will be back for the next one. We gonna be O to the U to the T. Out. Deuces.